Fucking hell. Hey guys, welcome back again to Grownus podcast. It's your host Catherine. I'm back. So guys, today I have this thing. I was talking to someone. Well, where should I begin? So I went for the Femicide march in Nakuru. For anyone who might not be in Kenya, there was a march in, when was it? 27th of January, I think. Somewhere at the end of January, in Kenya we had a march in different parts of the country. We were marching against femicide in Kenya because there have been a lot of cases of women being killed in Kenya. And for anyone who does not know what femicide is, you can go research about it. African Censored, in partnership with Africa Data Hub, they've collected information about the various femicide cases between 2016 and 2023. I'm going to leave the link in the description box. And go educate yourself and find out why exactly it is that you're marching. Well, we're marching because femicide is the intentional killing of women because they are women. Everything else you can go find out for yourself. So the reason I brought this up is because I met amazing people on the march, and after the march we talked for quite a bit, and one of them taught us this thing, and I've just been thinking about it for the past a week and a half. And it's about choosing yourself, or like making yourself the priority in your own life. And guys, I'm exactly on that level in my self-love journey. And I wanted to share that with you guys. This is going to be a very short episode, by the way. And so choosing yourself and making yourself the priority in your own life, it makes, since we are like very young, especially as girls, we are taught that making sacrifices for the people that you love, for the people around you, is the way for you to show them love. Sorry guys, I thought you could hear the noise from outside. So about choosing yourself, I was saying that as little girls, we are taught that making sacrifices for the people that are around us, making sacrifices for the people that we love, is the way for us to show us love. So we are doing things for other people at the expense of ourselves. We're doing things not because we want to do them, but because we think that is what we need to do for those people that are around us, for us to show them that we actually love them. And it's time for us to scrub that off and start again, because choosing yourself and making yourself a priority makes your life so much easier, but it also makes the lives of the people around you, again, much easier, right? This is because when you're about to do something, and then when you're about to do something for someone, and you're doing it because you think that is what they need, and you're doing it at the expense of yourself, in a situation where you could choose yourself, but you're choosing to choose the other person. And then in a different situation where it's them who are expected to make a decision about who it is that they are going to choose, and they make the choice to choose themselves, you become bitter and you become angry because you're waiting for them to pick you just like you picked them. You're waiting for them to prioritize you just like you prioritized them. And you're now angry, right? And you're going to tell them that, you might not even communicate it, but you're angry because you feel like they should have prioritized you just like you prioritized them. And that's not fair, right? Because you might even ask them, and they might tell you that they did not ask you to choose them in that situation, that they did not ask you to make all of those sacrifices for them, right? But when you're about to do something, I'm going to ask you to ask yourself, why exactly am I doing this? Am I doing this because I want to and I can? Like, doing this thing, I'm not sacrificing myself. I'm not putting myself on the line. I am not this is not going to hurt me in any way in the future, right? For instance, you are very tired and someone asks you to make something for them, and in that situation you have the choice to say, no, I'm tired, I can't be able to do this, I might do this for you later, or just like sacrifice yourself and do it for them, right? But I'm going to ask you in these situations, I need you and I want you to always choose yourself, because later on when you look back, or when you tell them about all of these sacrifices that you made for them, you're going to regret what you did. And they might even tell you that they did not ask you to make all of those sacrifices for them, because they themselves, in most situations where this thing is unbalanced, these people that you're making all of these sacrifices for, in most situations, they are not going to make the same sacrifices for you. When they're presented with the same opportunity, they're most probably going to choose themselves. And so you expecting them to do the same thing that you do for them is quite unfair, right? And I think it's just much better for everyone to just love themselves separately, and then we can come love each other when we each love ourselves, when we each prioritize ourselves. And we're not in this unbalanced relationship or like friendship where I'm making sacrifices for you and I'm expecting you to make the same sacrifices for me, but you're not going to make them, right? I think it's much better for us if we are not really making sacrifices for each other, or we are not sacrificing ourselves in order to make the people around us happy. You know, I think it's very good for us to choose ourselves, prioritize ourselves, and validate ourselves. And therefore, we're not waiting for anyone else to come pick me, to prioritize me, to choose me, to validate me, because I'm already doing that for myself, right? And I think I'm almost 25 now, and I've been, when you are unemployed, when you have a lot of time to yourself, you think about a lot of things. And I've been thinking a lot about my life, my teenage life, my life in uni, my life after uni, my relationship with the people around me. And in every instance that you chose to betray yourself for the sake of someone else, you're always going to regret it. You're always going to look back and you're always going to regret it. Because I look at it as looking back now, not then. When I look back, I always see me here, and then there's little me here, and there's this person, right? And I'm expected to make a choice. And more often than not, in the past, I chose to betray myself for the sake of this other person, to choose this other person. And it's, when I think about it right now, it's very, very sad. Like, I feel so bad for myself in all those years where I chose to sacrifice myself for people, especially when they didn't even ask for it and they don't even care that you did it. So what's the point, really? They don't care that you did it. They're not even grateful that you did it. To you, it's such a huge thing, but to them, it's not. Like, you could have just said no and they would have probably been okay. And so presenting this thing to them where I expected you to choose me just like I chose you, to them it's not such, because they can't see it like you. No one knows the extent of your sacrifice as much as you do. No one will understand like you. So I think it's much better that you don't betray yourself for the sake of other people. I mean, when you can do something for other people and it's not at the expense of you, when you're not betraying yourself to do this thing for someone that you love or for people around you, then what was I saying? I blanked out for a minute, bro. Anyway, yeah, never betray yourself. Not for anything. Because if there's one thing I promise you're always going to regret, it's betraying yourself. In whatever situation. In a friendship, in a relationship, at work. Oh my God. Yeah, at work. Like, when an employer asks you to do something extra and it's not really within your scope of work, or it's not something that you had agreed to do, and you're doing this at the expense of yourself, you're probably tired or you probably had other commitments, and you just decide, you know what, it's okay, just because you want to please them and you want them to see that you prioritize them. It's never okay. It's never going to be okay. I think now that I began to realize this actually a while back, but having that conversation with my new friend, was really the best perspective that I needed to look at things, right? Yeah, so the message today is choose yourself. Don't you ever betray yourself. Please, not for anything. Not for anything, not for anyone. Always prioritize yourself. Always choose yourself. Never ever betray yourself. Okay? Yeah. So thank you so much for listening. This was a short one, I think. Was it? And yeah. Thank you so much for watching again. Thank you so much for listening again. We have an Instagram account. I don't know why I always forget to mention this. We have an Instagram account at Grownus_podcast. You can always follow us there. Yeah, you can message me there, actually. Tell me what you would want to hear on this podcast. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section or DM me again on Instagram. And yeah, I hope you love yourself this month. This is a month of love. I hope you love yourself this month. I hope you choose yourself this month. I hope that there isn't a situation that comes to you where you feel like you betrayed yourself, because it's the worst feeling ever. Yeah. Okay, now I'm rambling. Bye. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.